During World War II, a group of Japanese soldiers escaped to an isolated island. While marching, their captain suddenly orders everyone to stop after hearing strange noises coming from the nearby forest. The captain sends 2 men to investigate the sounds. As the scouts carefully move through the mysterious jungle, they don't realize the danger waiting for them. Soon, everyone hears terrible screams as a soldier runs out of the forest being chased by a massive creature. The animal tosses the man high into the air and swallows him whole right in front of the entire group. The soldiers watch in disbelief as a gigantic snake prepares to eat them all. Many years later, a scientist named Lin gives a presentation about giant snakes, but his audience is only elementary school children. Lin wrote a children's book about his findings, but adults think his claims are ridiculous. During his presentation, Lin takes out live animals, revealing his controversial teaching methods, which makes all the children cry. The school throws him out and fires him from his job. Lin returns home disappointed and broke, but tries to stay cheerful for his young daughter who has cancer. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Lin opens it to find 2 wealthy-looking strangers. The taller man introduces himself as Mr. Tang.
这位是我们万宏集团的总裁齐藤先生。
He discovered Lin's children's book that mentioned a fruit of immortality. Tang owns a massive company that has been researching this fruit for a long time. They believe the fruit contains chemicals that can cure cancer and even make people live forever. Tang's team found the location of this special fruit after discovering a soldier who was stranded on the island since World War II and is now over 100 years old despite his age. Tang wants Lin to guide them to this mysterious island. He promises to give Lin a lot of money and the best medical care for his daughter. Lin has no choice but to accept the deal. The group boards a boat guarded by many mercenaries. Lin meets the captain of the soldiers, who clearly dislikes him. Lin also learns that Mr. Tang has cancer too, and his only hope of survival is finding this legendary fruit. Lin is then introduced to their medical expert, Lily, who treats him coldly. It turns out they used to be a couple but broke up because of their different scientific opinions. As they travel, the boat operator notices a thick fog ahead, which Lin says shouldn't be happening in this season. However, their geography expert CK thinks it's normal because the area's gravity is lower than elsewhere.
哎呀，所以嘛，这才是冒险啊！
The boat enters the unnatural fog, reducing visibility significantly. Inside the fog, a soldier accidentally cuts his hand, and blood drops to the floor. He hears a strange noise and sees a giant flying piranha trying to bite his face. He manages to throw the creature away, but soon countless piranhas attack the boat. Lin yells for everyone to run as the creatures devour people like a buffet. The soldiers fire their guns, but there are too many piranhas. The lieutenant tries fighting them with her blade but has to hide inside a container. Lin tells everyone to hide in the cabin. He sees piranhas rushing toward Lily and pushes her out of the way, saving her life. With the creatures coming back, Lin takes off Lily's jacket, dips it in blood, and throws it in the air. The piranhas chase the scent and tear the fabric to pieces, giving them a chance to escape. The boat operator pushes the vessel to maximum speed, and they finally exit the fog. After the battle, they realize they've lost many men. Worse, the boat's engine is completely damaged, forcing them to continue their journey on foot. They reach land, and Lin confirms the fruit's location at the center of the island.
距离气雪海棠开花结果还有多久？
CK calculates the shortest route through the forest, but Lin objects because of potential dangers. The captain accuses Lin of being a coward, and everyone ignores his advice. Meanwhile, the people left on the boat try to fix the engine. One worker notices something strange in the water. He sees a giant snake jump out and eat his colleague. When he goes to investigate, he finds only a radio on the floor. As he turns around, he sees a massive creature towering above him, which kills him in a single bite. In the forest, CK finds a giant fruit and wants to eat it. Lin stops him, explaining it's actually a powerful explosive. He demonstrates by throwing the fruit, which explodes like a bomb. Lin suggests they leave the area immediately before nature kills them all. The team crosses a small mountain and arrives in a foggy area. The captain orders everyone to rest. Lily feels something behind her, a small snake. A soldier grabs the tiny creature and laughs at Lily for being scared. While showing off, the soldier notices everyone staring in terror at something behind him. He turns to see a giant snake crawling from the rocks. The massive animal stares at the man in fury, causing him to wet himself. The captain orders everyone to prepare to fire. The monster roars and devours the soldier in one bite. The soldiers shoot at the creature, making it scream in pain and retreat behind rocks. A body falls from the sky, causing everyone to shoot in the air in fear. The snake takes advantage of the chaos and picks off soldiers one by one, scattering the group. The captain hears screaming and sees CK running desperately from the giant monster. The snake grabs CK, but the lieutenant rushes in and stabs the creature in the head. The monster knocks her away like a ragdoll and charges at her, but Lin saves her by jamming a stick in the creature's mouth. The soldiers shoot the serpent, making it retreat. The team regroups, but Lily is missing. She's hiding behind rocks when the giant snake finds her. The monster approaches to kill her, but Lin interrupts, saving her again. The creature attacks a second time, but the captain throws a grenade into its mouth, causing an explosion that blows the animal to pieces. When they gather behind the rocks, they discover why the creature attacked. They accidentally entered its nest. The snake was protecting its eggs. The soldiers immediately shoot all the eggs to avenge their friends. They leave, unaware they've attracted an even bigger enemy.
摩羯手雷具有极强的领地意识和保护意识。
Continuing toward their goal with fewer men, they suddenly notice movement ahead. It turns out to be the boat operator and camera girl. The operator says all his workers were killed by a giant snake. Mr. Tang claims they already killed the monster, but the operator insists there must be more creatures, having seen many giant skeletons. Tang ignores this warning and reminds everyone they won't get paid without the fruit. As they move deeper into the forest, mysterious tentacles surround them. Suddenly, soldiers are dragged away one by countless vines. Lin tells everyone to run as tentacles chase them. The vines capture people and feed them to flesh-eating plants. The camera girl is grabbed, and the boat operator tries to save her. He cuts the vine and frees her but gets captured himself. The man falls into a monster's mouth while the camera girl tries to pull him out, but he's already fatally wounded and dies. Lin is captured too and grabs onto CK, who loses his dignity in the process. Lin screams for help as he's pulled toward the creature. Just before being eaten, the lieutenant jumps in and stabs the monster in the head, saving him. Lin hears Lily scream and pulls her back from the vines while the lieutenant cuts off the tentacle, allowing them to escape. When they regroup, morale is at an all-time low, but Tang still tries to force them forward. Lily thinks he's gone insane. Lin stops the conflict and demands they follow his advice from now on if they want to survive. Tang reluctantly agrees, and the captain lets Lin lead. They continue and enter a forest filled with explosive fruits. Lin finds the shed skin of a snake many times larger than the one they killed. He realizes they must change their route immediately. They arrive below a mountain where their device indicates they're close to the fruit. CK suggests it must be just behind the mountain, giving everyone hope. They climb over the hills and finally see the legendary fruit on a tree. Tang orders a soldier to pick it immediately. Before the soldier can grab it, a gigantic serpent swallows him whole. This snake is much larger than the previous one. It towers over them, staring angrily. The mercenaries fire at its face, but this only makes it angrier. It attacks and swallows soldiers in single bites. Everyone hides as the monster continues killing. The lieutenant shoots at it with her pistol, but it's ineffective, and she gets knocked away. The captain, now alone, faces the serpent. Tang points a gun at Lin, forcing him to climb for the fruit while the monster is distracted. Lin climbs quickly while the captain fights the giant snake, stabbing its body and dodging attacks. The captain slides under the animal to cut its belly but gets knocked away. Lin reaches the fruit but falls from the cliff. He manages to grab the fruit before falling and gives it to Tang to ensure everyone's safety. Meanwhile, the captain, defeated by the monster, grabs a grenade and explodes inside the creature's mouth after being devoured. This causes the animal tremendous pain, giving the group a chance to escape, but it recovers quickly and chases them. As they run, Tang pushes his butler backward as a sacrifice. The creature catches and eats the old man. Lin tells his friends to run while the snake continues the chase. They escape the mountains and forest, but Tang falls behind due to his illness. He calls for Lily's help. When she goes back, Tang pushes her down and shoots her in the leg so the animal will eat her instead. He tries to run but gets punched by Lin, who goes to help Lily. Lin realizes the monster is right behind them with no escape possible. Surprisingly, the snake focuses on Tang, who holds the fruit. It wraps around Tang and squeezes him to death, making him drop the fruit. Everyone watches in shock as Tang is crushed and devoured. Lin retrieves the fruit while the snake is busy eating. Lin gives the fruit and a drawing of his daughter to the survivors. He tells them he'll lure the monster away so they can escape. Lin runs toward the creature, shouting to get its attention. The giant snake notices and chases him into the forest of explosive fruits. Lin grabs a fruit and throws it at the animal, but it doesn't explode as planned. As he loses hope, the lieutenant rushes out. She grabs a fruit and throws it at the others, causing a chain reaction of explosions that bombards the creature. The area is covered with explosions as the woman looks at Lin one last time before disappearing in the blast. The explosion's shockwave knocks Lin away while completely destroying the snake. The survivors cry for their lost friend but discover Lin has somehow survived. Together, they use the repaired boat to head home. Lin brings the fruit of immortality back for his daughter and for all mankind.